Hello, 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 and welcome to the Rag Company Podcast. I'm Dane Hennen. To my right, Levi Gates.
What's up, guys?
And to my left, Anthony Fisher.
Hey, hey.
And this is the Rag Company Podcast, where we talk about some detailing, some cars, a little what we did over the weekend, maybe a little housekeeping. Speaking of housekeeping, what's going on at TRC?
Nothing.
Nothing. Oh, it's a slow week. Okay, I see.
No, we've been things have been going great. We are we spent last week, getting ready, doing some videos.
Oh, we had some fun.
We did a lot of video stuff this week. But we're just trying to get, we've got a lot of reorders coming in because, as you guys know, we've been out of stuff. So this week we're going to be, I know we've got a couple containers, I believe, coming this week. Next week we've got a couple containers coming in.
Any clues for what
no
might be
idea
appearing?
yet.
No? Okay.
I haven't heard yet, but I do know that this week, overhearing your dad and John talk, the next like three weeks straight are going to be refill weeks, basically, of stuff. So,
and guys, if you're not in the business and you don't deal with the stuff regularly, you really don't know what's going to appear on a truck for sure until it's right there in front of you. Because sometimes we get surprised.
Well, and we had this discussion. We were going to release a video, and we found out that we were out of a sponge. Right,
and that's literally the only thing stopping us.
But it was the only thing
literally
releasing this video, but we couldn't release it because we couldn't sell the product that we released.
Because the
whole
kit,
on, right?
You can't sell it if it doesn't have one of the key components.
So one of the other things we noticed, we brought that to your dad and basically said, let's try and work because, we're in a different building over here than the main building. And, you guys got to remember we started with like 10 of us working on all this.
It was different back then because we were all in the same space.
People.
We knew what was around. We knew what wasn't. Yeah. Nowadays, there's communication that has to be had.
Well, because they're over there working, getting stuff done. Yeah. We're over here doing our thing. And it's just that miscommunication between them. But one of the things that we were discussing was, hey, let us know if you run out of something. Well, your dad brought up a really great thing where he goes, guys, yesterday we had 60,000 miners in stock, right? And then they had one customer call and order 60,000 miners, and wiped them out. They were gone. They were gone. So your dad was like, I can't give you guys those things because, guys, we literally, yes, folks are buying on the internet, but we also have very large distributors that and resellers that call us and then use us as their warehouse, basically.
Yep. Now, my counter to that would simply be to say, if you're looking for a product and you notice we're out of it, please consult with one of our distributors. They may very well have it.
Exactly.
Not a guarantee in every case, but at least it's worth checking out.
Yeah, check the distributors and check
on our
Amazon.
website. We have a distributors page. And, of course, we sell on Amazon, and we sell a lot of different things on Amazon.
And when we do fulfillment by Amazon, we actually ship product to an Amazon warehouse. Correct. So it can sit there so that they can pull from it.
We actually ship a Rag Company employee to the Amazon warehouse as well.
That's not true.
So they're there, and they're like, hey, guys, what's up? I'm so-and-so from the Rag Company, and I'm here to pack some towels.
That's not true.
Are you sure?
That's what happens in the building next door.
Man, but they look so good when they show up in Amazon orders, though. It's like they're already packed.
Well, it's because they're already packed next door in the building. But by other TRC employees. But no. So, again, like Dane said, check out the website. Go to our distributors page. You can see also we have dealers. And one of the things you guys don't understand is we have
on the streets.
We have dealers on the streets dishing out some 365s and Eagles.
Look at there.
But no, you can check it out. You may find there's a guy local to you that has probably a little detail shop or a little boutique. That's part of our dealer program. So folks can buy Rag Company products, sell them in their storefront, online or in their little building.
Yep.
And you may have some. We've had many customers who are like, man, I just wanted to touch an Eagle. And so they just went to that shop. They found a shop nearby.
You have to pay more to touch an actual Eagle.
Sometimes you do.
So this is a pretty good deal.
This guy
I went
could
to
just
Birds of
cruise
Prey
over to his
centers as a kid.
He could just go to
I
that.
turned out fine.
Yeah, he just got to go to that shop.
Well, that's where
I'm not weird.
That's where Stone Hennen was picked up.
Stone Hennen was hanging out
and
to
taken
Birds of
away
Prey.
by an eagle.
Yeah, no.
Dane's evil twin. That's where Dane's evil twin went.
Have you guys ever seen a harpy
or have I been
eagle
the
up
evil
close?
twin all along?
You guys ever seen a harpy eagle up close?
A harpy eagle?
No.
Oh, they're scary looking.
Are they
I
really?
believe that.
Up at Birds of Prey. Like I went up there and when I was like 10 for school trip, and I remember like they had these little like peek holes you could look through, and there was a harpy eagle nest. and it was just like a box with a harpy eagle in it, and it was like they were getting ready to release it out into the thing. This is a terrifying bird.
I know there's some really spooky looking ones, but I remember the first time, like a class trip. I was living up in Sequim, Washington, and they told us we were going to go see raptors, and I didn't understand them meant birds.
Oh,
I thought they were I was going to see some dinosaurs, and it's like, yeah, dumb kid, you don't know dinosaurs are all dead. And it's like, well, no, I believe they were because Jurassic Park, etc.
He said if it's not too much trouble.
But at the same time, they said we were going to see
some raptors.
They said we were going to see raptors, so I was like thinking, like, did they? Wait, is Jurassic Park real?
Boy, but no, they are dead.
And in fairness, I was a very little kid, but still,
they're not around.
Yeah, no, that's not a thing. So, hey, you live, you learn.
You live, you learn. But
you get disappointed.
We got off
that
topic
dinosaurs
really
don't
bad there.
I love this. Though. This is what it's all about.
So we were talking about distributors and how you can go dealers, right?
You can go to dealers, and we've got it on our distributors page, so you can actually find a dealer in your area, hopefully, that actually carries products. So you may be able to call them up and go, hey, do you got this eagle or this type of towel or this? And either go buy one from them or actually go to their shop. They may have product available. They have towels available. It's part of the dealer program. So, or if you're a shop and you're thinking about it, join our dealer program. Minimum order is $500, and you get to be able to pick and choose product. It's pretty great.
Otherwise, there's business discounts.
Yeah.
I mean, if you run a
you
business,
get a very good hefty discount as a dealer program member.
So before we jump into our weekends, I want to cover a topic that was posted in the Rag Company podcast Facebook group. Right,
detailing topic, or
it's a detailing topic.
Okay.
So what I want to start doing is I want to keep an eye out within the group. Right. I know that I need to be a little bit more active inside that group, and so what I want to do is I want to pull discussions from there. Right. Okay. Discussions that are happening from the posts and in the comments, and bring them onto here so we can kind of publicly address that. Yeah. And so going to Yoshi, right? Yeah. Yoshi, right? Master Yoshi. So he made a comment saying a picture basically describing, it was like all these vans, right? And it basically was like, all these different detailing products, right?
All which the detailers fighting over different products.
All the detailers over different products, and they're all the same, crappy
Pontiac,
van, right?
These are the
Buick,
products, and it's just every competing minivan in the same shade of beige or white or gray.
And we had people jump in and say, blah blah, like all the products are coming from B&B or blah,
one person
blah,
said
right?
99% of all products come from the same place.
So
which
there's a lot of products out
it's
there.
It's not true. And then other people are saying, well, yes, like I think Chris Woolman jumped in and said, well, yes, a lot of the ingredients are the same. The actual chemistry is not, right? That blend of whatever they're doing, or that
well, it's like we've always said, it's making a cake.
The recipe, the recipe will be different, right? But one thing I kind of want to point out, right, because I think a lot of people now that they know a little bit, right? They know
they're starting to learn more,
but they know just enough to where they
dangerous.
could be. Yeah,
sometimes dangerous. When they know a little bit of information, that's almost worse, because then they have this like unearned confidence that then carries into everything. It's like, hold on, you gotta walk before you can run.
I'm like you think but
yeah.
So basically, what I'm trying to get to at this is that. Yes, I am. There's no doubt that there are plenty of YouTube detailers out there reviewing or doing product comparisons or product battles, whatever it is, of products that are probably
all come from the same.
Come from the same place, or so similar that maybe the scent and maybe the color is different, right? But other than that, they're literally the same product and they're doing comparisons. We're not going to talk about brands or anything like that, but there is plenty of those situations. I guarantee you guys that, if you even just go into your local Walmart, big box store, right? Half the products on the shelves there are so similar, it's not even funny. But what I'm really trying to get to is, because the comment of all products are the same, or all products have the same ingredients and, yada, 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 all the recipes are the same. Well, one thing I wanted to talk about is that from our experience, right, in testing out products, right, in talking to the chemists and things like that, for people outside of the country, just how different the chemistry is. The end goal is the same, right? The product goal is the same, is to create a quick detail or to create a wax and create this, right? But we find that the chemistry in other countries is different to get to that point. And the reason why I bring that up is because, like let's just say during the whole WOWOs thing and creating the products there, or talking with Dave over at PNS, or talking with the chemists over at Coach Chemi and stuff like that. And we start talking a little bit about ingredients and talking about a little bit of the chemistry and what's in certain products to make them feel a certain way. We've had discussions where we've brought up a certain chemical, right, or a certain compound, and we've talked about it, and the other chemists will say, I have no idea what that is. I've never heard of that, right?
We've had that happen.
And not like in a sarcastic way, like in a genuine way.
In a genuine, they're like, we've never heard of that at all. And we're like, well, this is a quick detailer. Like, I have never heard a quick detailer made from that.
Right.
And so we're confused because we're like, well, I thought this is how all quick detailers are made. And they're like, that's not how we make our quick detailer. And they explain, maybe, hey, we're using this surfactant. Maybe, hey, we're using this polymer. Hey, we're using this wax or whatever it may be to get it to feel or look this certain way. And it always kind of blows us away because right when we thought we figured everything was so close to the same, or basically all the recipes are so similar minus some few tweaks, finding out that things are drastically different, or the chemicals available that are available in certain countries are different, right? Because they have access to certain things that other countries may not.
The assumption people have a lot of times is, oh, all these places are using the exact same ingredients, they're just putting their own spin on or whatever. And we're not even talking about like white labeling, where another company who decides to be an uppercomer has somebody else's company make their products for them. This isn't even that. Like when we say the same, we're talking about people who think, oh, well, this quick detailer from company A and company B have no relation to each other, and yet I think they're still made from the same stuff. That's the kind of conversation we're having here. So this is where it gets interesting, though, is, I mean, in Europe versus the U.S., they have different, supplies of available ingredients, and it can make a dramatic difference in the way something performs. So when we're importing something, it's going to act different potentially than something you may think of as being normal over here.
Well, yeah, and that's where, I mean, some of these raw ingredients too, they some of them come from the same place, but some other ones are like, hey, we found this in a bunker in Russia, right? and this is what we need for this particular
Chernobyl is exactly
Chernobyl. And so, like, and we say, like, is it really that complicated, or is it really that necessary? And they're like, oh yes, this particular ingredient is the base of all of our chemistry.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that. The other crazy thing is, you guys have to remember, is like we go back to that baking.
Yeah.
Easiest thing, and this is something Dave taught us, was it's the ingredients that you put in. And it's where you source those ingredients. Mm-hmm. And Dave has a company that he buys the ingredients that he uses for PNS. Mm-hmm. And he really likes the way that their ingredients work together.
There's a degree of consistency.
Exactly.
The expectations are always met.
Right. They produce the right amount of stuff. And he goes, I've reached out to other companies to buy chemicals from them, raw chemicals. He goes, and maybe their pricing is different, or the product just doesn't work well with whatever he's trying. Like take, for instance, you're looking for vanilla. Right? Mm-hmm. You need to we'll just do something simple. We're going to make French toast.
I just need vanilla extract. I just need that.
We're going to make French toast. You have eggs, you have milk, you have cinnamon, and you have vanilla, right? Mm-hmm. Those are 4 basic components. Or is that 4?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Anyway, point is, what kind of eggs do you normally buy, Anthony? Do you get the cheap Walmart, whatever you can get in the blue styrofoam?
No, Katie buys our eggs from somebody that has chickens. And,
right, so there's your first thing.
Organic brown eggs is what I like to call them.
So you get your first set of eggs. So what you're expecting now is the consistency coming out of those chickens at that person's house.
Yeah.
That you're getting those eggs from. So that's already one ingredient that is already put at a different level than if you go in and buy the cheapest set of dozen eggs
with thin shells
at Walmart with thin shells, and you're just buying eggs, right? So that egg is going to change the way that your French toast is going to come out.
A bench racer or an armchair warrior is just going to say, well, yeah, but they're still the same ingredient.
Right, they're still an egg.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to use, what kind of milk are you going to use? Are you going to use skim? Are you going to use 2%? Are you going to use
almonds? I'm just going to mix in some coconut milk to really mess everything up?
Anthony's lactose intolerant.
I am. Yeah. I can't have real milk.
So are you going to put almond milk into your French toast? Or are you going to use like a heavy whipping cream? My brother-in-law uses heavy whipping cream.
Heavy whipping cream
for his French toast.
Jam.
Yeah. Right?
He's a monster.
That's totally different than like what you would put in your almond milk. So now we're at a second ingredient. Let's say your French toast is going to be totally different because you've got eggs that are come straight from chickens, made from chickens.
Yeah,
right?
Hopefully, yeah. Ostrich.
But you're like,
I watched it happen.
You went out to the backyard and you grabbed them, right?
Yeah.
Then you're using almond milk. I'm going to use 2% milk. in mind. That's what I normally do.
Very nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So now we get into the vanilla, right? Dane, what kind of vanilla do you use?
Yeah, this is where I don't really have a high degree of knowledge about varying kinds of vanilla beyond the ice cream flavors.
So there's
your French, you got your vanilla bean, you got your
like a whiskey spiked vanilla.
So there's a whiskey spiked
now if we're
vanilla.
talking about like
there's an
alterations
imitation.
to vanilla.
There's real vanilla. There's the like
you know me, I'd go for the whiskey.
Vanilla vanilla is probably the most expensive ingredient to go into your French toast, right? Yeah. So if you go to the store, there's small bottles, 1 ounce for like $8.
Yeah, ridiculous price gouging. Yeah.
The only thing I think would be more expensive is the syrup you put on it if you go for the good stuff.
Right, but your small ingredient that you're putting maybe 1 or 2 drops in, right, is your most expensive product.
Yeah.
Just like the chemistry when the chemical companies are putting in that one type of product. We talked
per
about
unit. It's
we've
the
talked
most
about
expensive
graphene
thing.
till the cows come home.
Oh yeah.
Right? It's a very expensive product.
It's all anybody can ask right now.
So, but they're not putting, we're putting, compared to the amount of eggs.
Yeah, no, they think the coating is graphene.
Let's say you've put 8 eggs into it and you've put a cup of milk into it. Yeah. And now you're putting 1 or 2 tiny drops into this product.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is this vanilla French toast?
I don't know anymore.
No, it's eggs and milk. Right now, with just a little bit. We only put a couple drops of vanilla in, or maybe you like to put a little bit of almond in.
So I think we know what you're trying to say.
So the point is, it's the amount of the ingredients that you're putting in and the quality of the ingredients that are going into this.
The proportionality of it all
French toast
really affect the outcome.
Exactly. So. And then we haven't even talked about the bread.
No.
Right? That's a whole other thing. Or the cinnamon that you're going to put. Yeah. So point is, like Anthony said, it's the consistency. Yes, we're all still making French toast, right? The 3 of us are making French toast, but the 3 of us make them very differently.
Yeah. So what I was really just trying to get to, I
love this.
And I even said this in a comment. I said, so this means that you should all go buy some Coach Chemi products, right? So me and Levi can buy more 20-year-old cars.
That's basically what we need to do.
That's basically like the plan. But so what I'm trying to say, really though, is that the chemistry is different in other countries. We're finding that out more and more.
And the French toast is probably different.
And the French toast is a hell of a lot different in France than it probably is here in good old US of A. Yeah. And so basically, while yes, you guys may think that everything is so cut and dry and it's so simple and black and white, it's really not. There's this whole weird gray area there where we're still learning, and technology is improving. Chemists are having more access to certain new chemicals or creating new things that are able to clean, feel slicker, look glossier, and it just goes down the rabbit hole.
And that's why we carry the products that we carry.
Yeah.
We want that's access. A huge thing. We want access to the chemist, and we don't want it to be a rebranded product.
So basically, between all of our product lines, you can safely count on the fact that amongst our product lines, they are actually individualistic from one another.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that's one of those things where you want to make sure you have contact with a chemist who's actually in charge of the stuff. That's kind of been our shtick all the time we've been doing this.
It's a name brand.
Do you have contact?
It's a name brand product that is manufactured
actually making this
in-house with in-house chemists.
Yeah. And granted, you're not going to appease everyone because there's always going to be some pedantic jerkhole out there who decides that if you're not making the core ingredients that then get made into the other things, then it's really no different than going to
and you got to remember, there's
grocery
a lot of
store and
there's
buying
a lot of great companies that have
way.
Products, and they've started out. They talk with the chemist. They say, "Hey, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to change this. I want to make this like that." It's not saying that they're wrong or that they're bad. Those products work and have been proven to work.
It's just not practical
for us at the rag company.
Certain degrees.
We're going to carry standalone products. That's what we're carrying. We're not going to carry a white label or private label brand of something. Now, if we're going to put our name on it, we're going to be co-branding it, like in the case of the Color Lock, in the case of Lake Country. We're telling you what the product is and where it's from.
We like co-branding because we like supporting that source.
And sometimes we have influence over how a product maybe turns out in cases of like with Wobos, that was a great example. But I mean, with P&S, we've definitely had good influence
we've added
there too.
to the double black line by going through their current lineup, finding something that we liked and said, why can't this be double black? And to Bob's credit, he's like, you're right. Why can't it be?
No, love them because they listen. So that's really helpful.
Well, one fun thing was that when we got the Koch Chemi glass cleaner in, right?
Oh yeah.
So this was a fun one because the last we've been playing with a lot of different glass cleaners, right? The Willows glass cleaner is great because it uses a completely different.
Anthony, all glass cleaners are the same. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's no alcohol. It's a very
no ammonia.
It's no ammonia, no alcohol. It's literally just a cleaning surfactant. And it just works, right? It has degreasing properties. It works really, really well. And that was a really unique one, right? And then the G-Technic stuff, fantastic as well. That stuff cuts through things extremely fast, has a lot of power, and I really like the way that one particularly feels. But what was funny is that we remember the story of, I got sent some product, and I got a particular glass cleaner where I looked at it, and I said, this looks like Windex, right? It is literally the same color.
I'm like, we get sent product from people all the time, like not even companies. Sometimes it's like individuals. They'll just send you, hey, I like this thing, try it.
Yeah. So I got this glass cleaner, and I'm looking, and I'm like, this looks exactly like Windex.
And then we got the pricing for it, and we laughed because we're like, I think you could go buy the Windex and bottle it and
make literally 200% margin off this. And so we looked at it, we smelled it. I'm like, Levi, I am 99%
Find a bottle of Windex. I want to compare.
This is quite literally just Windex, right?
Right. Yeah.
And we had a good laugh about it. So when I pulled out the Koch Chemi glass cleaner, right, the first time I went to go test it, I see a blue liquid, right, in a glass cleaning bottle, and I get flashbacks.
But I will say, this is a beautiful blue.
It's a very beautiful
blue. Pour it into a clear bottle,
so
you can see. It's
I got flashbacks. I'm like, oh no.
Here we go again.
I'm like, do they not know that Windex? Do they not know of Windex over in Germany? Have they heard of Windex over there? Because it's
Put
also
some Windex
blue.
on it.
Yeah.
So I basically go to spray that, right? I was greeted by the most pleasant, fruity, citrusy scent, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's a really good smell. What really blew me away about that glass cleaner was how slick the wipe off was. So basically they have, it even says that in there is additives in there basically to increase the slickness and to improve.
That's like a running theme with a lot of the Koch products has been like they're unusually slick.
Yeah, so they increase the glide in it. So basically you get all of the wonderfulness of a streak-free glass cleaner, but with that satisfying like bead maker glide. And
it takes the friction that a towel would normally have
and
on a surface like
let's just say it took the sour taste out of my mouth
Right.
of blue glass cleaner. And I said, there is still faith out there.
Right.
And there is still different products out there being released that are unique. And so that's why we do it. But anyway, Dane, I heard you knocked out some things this weekend.
What'd you get done?
I did a little work around my garage, got a few more things moving there. Nice. I'm starting to convert the former mailroom into a office for myself.
Wow. Okay.
But
can we get a...
I got to clean that space up, but what I really need to do is get rid of the old
How many bedrooms are in this house?
There are 3 bedrooms.
Okay, so what's the other bedroom?
The other one is Liz's office. So she has it set up like all her art's on the walls and like all this stuff. Nice. It's very, it's very decorated.
So for a long time, Liz had her own office. You had the bedroom with you and her.
My
and then
master
the
bedroom, I have my office, desk, chair, and TV / monitor computer in the corner. Because I like the space. I like the backyard view. I like the little space there.
Nice view of the backyard.
Nice view of the backyard. You know how I manage that back view of the yard is I just have the bottom part of the blinds picked up. I don't have the whole thing, so I don't actually see it. I just see the nice light coming in. And some greenery, and that's it.
I see.
I don't have to look at the rest of it.
I just see the trees.
There's beautiful foliage.
Don't look down.
All you need is you need a pine tree back there, and then it just sticks up. So you're like, oh, it's so nice here in the mountains.
Oh man, yeah.
Feels like I'm in McCall.
Work in progress. That's gonna be going away.
So cleared out so now this way you'll have an office, she'll have an office, and then this will get your workspace out of the bedroom into this room.
So that'll clean up the corner in the bedroom. Then I can put like a dresser in that corner or something. Maybe switch it up a little bit. But I wanna do my office in a way that I actually do a little styling because I'm really bad at decorating my spaces. If you couldn't tell, my office is ho-hum. But I love design and I love interior design and stuff.
It's just not to do it for you.
No, like I like it. It's just I am bad at starting the process.
I think Dane needs to hire an interior designer.
Here's my problem though. Here's my real problem. The stuff I want. The stuff I want, I can't afford.
Dane can go down to Restoration Hardware in Salt Lake and pick up.
My problem is I have very expensive tastes, But I don't have that taste because it's expensive. It's just because the designs that appeal to me just so happen to be the expensive ones. I'm not seeking it out that way. It's just I go, oh yeah, that's I like that. And they go, that'll be $2,000. I'm like, no.
Here's a great change. You ever heard of a place called IKEA?
I know IKEA.
That is down there. That is an Saturday.
Option,
fill the back of the truck up. Come on back.
Yeah, well,
stop at In-N-Out Burger on your way back.
Dane, what you're trying to say is that you want something where it's like a Bavarian barnwood, like you want like a desk made out of like Bavarian barnwood. You want like a piece of granite that was unearthed from like Greece
on the walls
and like the 1500s, right? You want that kind of stuff?
No, my desired aesthetic is literally Mad Men.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say Blade Runner.
Never seen that show.
No, I am mid-century modern to a T. Like that is my. So
go antiquing
if you want. Yeah.
I had a kitchen table.
I'm like, oh, lovely Eames chair, and they're like, that'll be more than your car, and I say thank you, but no thank you.
Do you have any interest in a half-burned arbor that was actually whittled out of one piece of beechwood? It's from the set of Leave the Parents.
A lot of lacquer on that thing.
No, so much the only thing I have, you'll laugh. The only thing I have from an actual like movie TV show set in my house is, I know you got your fun like cool and. Things you were sent that are cool, like guitar and stuff.
I wasn't sent those.
I have a film canister from the show Entourage that I literally, when they were shooting Entourage, I nabbed it off the back of a set when they emptied the casings out. Basically, my friends and I, no, it wasn't stolen. They literally put them out there, and all the guys would take them as souvenirs because the people who worked there were just like, we don't need these canisters anymore. But they have all the writing on them. They're just empty canisters, so they don't have the film in them anymore. So it's when they go to the processing places. So yeah, literally, we like asked. There was like the people who worked there, and like, yeah, we don't need them anymore. And we're like, cool, use them for film school. It's like, okay. But I kept one as a souvenir because they're like, yeah, it's cool. So yeah, many years ago. Don't try me.
Well, anyway, eventually you might be able to sell that Entourage canister, right, for the cost of film school.
So my brother-in-law
spent
my brother-in-law
that show did not age well.
My brother-in-law spent last week with Post Malone.
Did he really?
Nice.
Yeah, they went shooting.
Nice.
Yeah, he came up to Utah and they built some air guns and took him shooting. Yeah. And then he FaceTimed his daughters.
Really?
Supposed to do that stuff. Cool. Pretty wild and crazy.
You tell him that I have his guitar?
I didn't. I should have said that.
Man, you should have.
Like,
well,
hey,
yeah, you want your guitar, your Grammy guitar back? It's in a garage right now. Currently.
Oh, that would have been funny.
Yeah, that's gonna look great in Dane's office.
So my problem is my design tastes are like not the style house I live in. But if I were to redecorate, it would be interesting. But first thing I got to do is get rid of the carpet in that room. That carpet, unfortunately, it's been cleaned and stuff, but like an animal made a mess in the corner, a cat from an ex, and that cat made a mess in the corner, and everything else was attracted to that corner. So basically, I cleaned that corner as best I could, went under like all the layers. You know, you have to go to the subfloor and all that stuff, and just like clean it up. Yeah, so went in with kills.
Oil-based
that
kills.
Got rid of it, but the problem was it just always had like a
because you put the carpet back down on top. You're supposed to rip it up and destroy it.
Oh yeah, got rid of that carpet, but basically just now I want to replace the carpet with hardwood like I have in the rest of the house because it's the only carpet in the entire house.
I love that, Dane. I love the explanation that there was a old ex-roommate whose animals has made a mess in the house, and the smell still lingers from that
long after the roommate
I need to
clarify.
It's not like I live in a house that smells like that.
No.
But the thing is, like, the pets will pick up on it. People don't notice it.
Yeah.
It's been long since
if you put a black light
cleaned
on there, we'll see
and a million times over, and had kills put down on the wood flooring area and stuff. But just knowing that it was there is enough to be an irritant.
No,
and
it's
animals
nice
have that extra sense where they can just pick up on it anyway.
Well, and that's what I did at my house. So when we bought our current house, that's what we did. We went through, I had some kills, we ripped everything up, pulled all the carpet, and then I ran through the house as fast as I could with some oil-based kills just to knock down everything.
Yeah.
If there was a pet stain or anything. But remember, my house had hardwood throughout the whole thing, so I didn't have that much of a spot.
So really, the room... The house just smells like nothing, but the room itself has like that, not to offend anybody, but old person smell.
So Dane,
it smells like an old person's house.
So you've lived in it for 10 years.
So my question, Dane, has anybody died in that house?
No.
Do you know that for sure?
I'm the second owner.
Okay. Well,
Previous owner died in my house.
No.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, they did
Yeah,
not.
He was an old person. They died.
Man.
Oh, man.
Is like the ghost that was left
Yeah,
behind?
my house is terribly haunted.
But like pretty nice.
One of the
though?
amenities at the MOSHQ.
But like, is it a nice
free
ghost,
spirits,
or is it like a bad
No,
ghost?
there's nothing in there in the house.
Okay.
They're like, ooh,
I
a
hope
bar, and
it
you're
was
like, no,
haunted.
not
It'd be
that
a lot
kind of
cooler
spirit.
if it was, but
I actually don't think that living in a haunted house would be cool. You know who probably has a haunted house? Ed Iverson probably has a haunted house.
Oh.
I saw that his Halloween decor is up on
He loves
Facebook.
his Halloween
and
decor.
it looks amazing, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I would absolutely
I hung,
go over there.
I hung my Halloween lights today or yesterday. So,
Did you?
yeah,
Orange
yeah.
or orange and purple, or
Yeah,
what are they?
Orange and purple.
Man,
And
some
they
fun.
alternate. They can either be all purple, or I hit a button, they can be all orange, or I can hit another button, they blink between orange and purple.
see, Katie's not fun. I went to talk to her. I said, hey, what are your thoughts on maybe putting up some like cool Halloween decorations, right? And she said that she doesn't believe in that, and that I should be happy with just fall decor. And I said, I think
You
fall.
need to
I
come
think,
over. I'll take a video and post it on
Hold-
the
hold
Rag
on.
Company discussion forum of what our living room looks like when you walk in.
Is she put off and or scared by it, or is it just like, oh, well, I don't believe that.
So
I
my
don't
mother-in-law,
care
her
about
mom,
that.
right?
Is it like a weird
Literally
superstition
a
thing?
Halloween freak, right?
Ah, there
Oh,
it is.
so this is more like
There it
a
is.
family drama
So
kind of
yes,
thing.
so like my
Okay.
mother-in-law, right?
It's always something.
Halloween is year long at their house, right?
Yeah,
Meaning
Oh,
they
boy.
have a skeleton sitting at their grand piano the entire year.
That's their
right?
Dane's Christmas tree.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
basically she has like the candelabras, she has all this stuff. Like honestly, my mother-in-law could be an actual witch for
Yeah,
all I know.
I like
that
this.
could
I like
Might
all
very
this
well
talk.
be.
that could absolutely be practicing some type of witchcraft, right? I love her to death. She's a sweet lady. But basically, I
So
think
Katie doesn't want.
I think-
That's her mom. That's
Yes.
mom chic.
and so I
Yeah,
think
she doesn't want to
I
be
think
that way.
I think so. Katie's like, yeah, I never want that in my house ever again,
Had
right?
too much of it growing up.
And so in my
Yeah.
in my father-in-law, right, her stepdad, right, Katie's stepdad is obsessed with skulls. He's one of those guys. He's a skull guy,
okay.
right?
Loves it. Yeah.
So
Every
all
garment
about
has
that
a
so
skull.
like I can't even
got garden
like,
skulls.
Like if I were to even bring home like a tasteful looking like, hey, this skull look kind of cool. It's like a rock.
So I'm into
skull,
Shakespeare
right?
now.
Like,
No,
yeah.
she would punt that thing. She'd be like, this thing is gone. I don't ever want to see this thing again. So
Yeah,
she hates
I
that
get
kind
it.
of stuff.
I get it.
So, which is unfortunate because like I think Halloween is probably one of the most fun.
Yeah. We start
You're a
decorating
festive guy. You
September
enjoy
1st.
it.
Yeah,
And we have Halloween decorations that stay up till almost past Thanksgiving.
I think they're fun.
Our Halloween decorations last longer than our Christmas decorations.
So really, they take precedence over everything else.
Yeah.
I just think they're a good. I think they're a good time. But anyway, Dane, sorry. I
My
cut
favorite
you off
thing
there.
is I've been getting new Headless Horseman stuff.
That's
Oh,
pretty
So
sweet.
Yeah.
Carly got a.
We went to Sleepy Hollow.
We did. That's why. So
Yeah.
Carly's sister gave her this really cool high-end statue, and it's a lady that does these kind of decorations.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remember the name of it, but they're like
So they're,
wood
like,
carving.
unique.
They're wood carved, and then they're painted. They're really pretty. But it's a headless horseman, and it's a horse like running, and he's got the head, and he's got a cape.
How big is this?
It's like this big.
Okay,
not
cool.
too bad.
So it's like something
then
you
I've
put
got
on
a
table.
tall statue
Yeah.
of the headless horseman holding a pumpkin. Right?
That's pretty sweet.
And it's all gray. It's pretty dope.
That's pretty fun.
And we were at Spirit of Halloween this weekend, and I saw they had a headless horseman snow globe that I almost got too, but it was a little
Yeah.
pricey. I'm gonna
Yeah.
see if I can find it cheaper.
Well, so
somewhere.
one fun sign that Katie saw apparently on TikTok, she said, I would allow you to hang this, right? She's like, just because I think it's hilarious when the trick-or-treaters come with their parents. The kids won't understand, but the parents might, right? There's a popular song out there,
Trick
right?
or treat,
no.
And
it do be like that
No.
sometimes.
So, we've...
Is it an acronym?
It's an acronym.
Oh, it's this one.
It's WAP, right? Is
Yeah.
the acronym,
yeah.
right? And so the sign would
Trick
say,
or whap.
there's some horrors in this house.
Oh man!
Right?
Oh.
And some
and so basically the parents would come up and see the sign like, oh no, oh no, but the kids would be
Why
like,
is the sign dripping?
but the kids, oh Dane, you went there,
Yeah,
for
well,
once,
yeah,
but
well.
yeah, so the parents would get it, right? The youthful parents, the kids would be like, oh, there's scary stuff in this house, and be like, no,
No.
yeah.
like that.
Anyway,
So Dane, got the yard or got the the
Yeah.
mail room turned into the new Great Dane Films
So it's
production
cleared
office.
out, but next step
Are you
is
getting a
getting
couch
rid
in
of
there?
No. I have a futon I originally put into Liz's room before it was Liz's room, and she just kept it. But
Liz's bedroom?
Her office.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our bedroom is our bedroom, but the office is
But you had a futon in there.
Yeah. And it's just
so
like
you're thinking of moving the futon into the other one, back into yours?
Potentially, but she doesn't seem to mind. She's like indifferent to it. She doesn't care that it's there. So, I mean,
there's been a lot of advancements in futon technology. I don't know if you've seen a lot of great design features. Different use of materials.
Okay.
You might be able to find a mid-century modern futon.
Dane, I could see you on a snakeskin futon.
Ooh, snakeskin futon.
That would be good.
That's
some
a
brushed aluminum accents.
Ooh.
Perhaps a bit of cherry wood.
Ooh. Yeah, something like that, Dane.
Yeah. I don't know about
snakeskin, cherry.
Not really into all those crazy animal leather type things.
Really?
Not into
I
animal
think
leather?
Stone Hennen would be into all those.
I mean, he would be.
I think Stone
he's
would be
kind of a wild
draped in animal
guy.
leather.
You gotta look out
You're
for
wearing
him.
a snakeskin jacket.
Yeah. No, I'm one of those guys who actually likes
you have one of those Crocodile
nice
Dundee
fabrics and
hats
stuff.
on.
But yeah, I'm the weirdo who likes the Toyota Century because it doesn't come with a leather interior. Instead, you get that fancy.
Yeah, no one knows what that car is.
It's the Toyota's only V12. But anyway, side note. No, so what I wanted to talk about other than that was just what we did on Friday. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I know we can't divulge everything.
So we're working on a project, and
can't tell you too much.
We can't tell you too much, but it is going to be on the Rag Company YouTube channel.
Yep.
You will be able to get to watch it. You'll be able to get to see it.
Maybe a few
basically, we wanted to create some really cool features or shots, and we needed to go up the mountain to do that.
Yeah.
So on Friday, we got up early. We all met at this parking lot, the base of Simplot Hill.
Yeah. You drove the
we
drove Ragnarok.
Drove Ragnarok. Took the Jag and took Nick's Element, Wally.
Yeah.
And the 6 of us went up there.
Yeah.
Got up, found a spot. Nick then said, "Here's the spot." I had in mind, we're going to go up this hill. Up to the top there, there's a fire road up there. And we were like, oh, okay. So Nick has a lifted 4-wheel drive Element, right?
Lifted like 2 to 3 inches, something
so
like that.
he started to cruise up the hill.
We
right?
see him disappear for a second.
And
it's got some pretty beastie tires on it,
we were like,
too.
dang, that thing's
crawling.
Look at the little goats going it. And then he had to all of a sudden back down, and we were like, what happened? And he's like, it's pretty tight. There's a big
rut.
Big rut up there.
It's a rut, and it gets very skinny.
Yeah.
Don't know if I can handle it. So we moved all the gear into the Suburban, and we all piled in the Suburban and said, we're going up. Dane, what were you going to do?
I decided I was just going to hang out on the side of the road, wait for you guys. But then I changed my mind. I'm like, you know what? I can be recording audio clips while you guys are doing
so
this.
So he set up his car to record some audio clips. So we
taped
climbed.
The mic to my back.
So we all piled in the Suburban, went up. Ragnarok had no problem getting up there.
Not at all.
But it was a little wide, and the trail was a little tight. Trail was a little tight.
That was like a walking trail, not a driving trail.
We had
hey, look at that.
So this is the video. If you guys go to the podcast channel, this is us coming down that hill.
Yeah.
So when we got up there was a fire road. We were able to do our stuff up there. We got the shots we needed. But then we had to go back down the trail. This is the trail. And this is from the dashboard of the Suburban coming down the hill. And this is how
some
tight
Idaho pinstripes.
We got some crazy Idaho pinstriping done on this truck now. So I do have to repolish the Suburban.
Yes, yeah.
Because the vinyl is very scratched. But yeah, this was needless to say, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. We were all laughing and giggling in there.
We were all laughing and giggling, but we were also dying inside as each brush
for the
each brush. Let's just say it hit one of the branches hit the mirror so hard it brought it in, and I was like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah. Now, I mean, it was definitely a fun thing, and yes, you can drive up there. Like that's an area you can go.
Yeah,
but
we're in the national forest, so we're good to go.
No, but that was super cool, and just the experience was really fun. It gave me those throwback feelings.
Friday morning
to like when we used to be like really scrappy, shoot videos, just go out and like just get it done. Okay, we'll just figure something out and run out and do it. This felt like that, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, we did that. We spent the morning from 8 to noon doing that. Then we made it back down the hill, stopped at Hawkins Packout.
Yeah, classic.
Got some burgers and fries, headed back to work, and then finished out the rest of our day here. But it was a lot of fun to be able to just go up. We messed around. We shot some fun stuff. looking at the footage, I think you guys are really going to like what we're doing. Tomorrow we're going to go shoot the next part of it.
Wait, we are tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yep. I didn't know that.
Well, we talked about it in the morning meeting this
morning.
I
thought he said Wednesday.
You may have noticed that we didn't mention Anthony's vehicle when we went up the mountain because Anthony's vehicle is actually involved in a different way.
Yeah.
So we incorporate that tomorrow when we go shooting.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
We did some stuff with Dane's Jag.
Yeah.
And we did some stuff with Ragnarok. So we had to utilize them in certain settings, and so this provided the best way forward with it.
I think people are going to enjoy it. Just
have
a little fun.
But anyway, that's what we did on Friday. But then so you just spent the weekend working on that?
Yeah, that was basically it. Just more indoor stuff this weekend. Although, you know what? I got to say, it cleared up a lot. The smoke was so nasty you saw in that video. It was just like some of the worst we'd had. And, of course, we're up the mountain, so we're in it.
Yeah, we were. But, because there was a fire about 100 miles north of us.
Yeah, I think the smoke that we had, though, a lot of it was still from Oregon.
Some of it was, but there was that fire coming over.
They were just all mixing together.
Just right there
with us. So that was really bad on Friday. But Saturday and Sunday really cleared up. I was surprised at how much it did because the last few weeks,
of the sky because
we hadn't had a chance. They're like, oh, that's what a blue sky looks like.
Yeah.
So, that was a little fresh perspective there. But, went out for a walk, did that thing. I'm just trying to get back in the groove, just lose some weight if I can help it.
Yeah.
So how about you, Anthony? What did you do?
Well, so you know about our Friday, right? Mm-hmm. So it was a good time. So Friday night, continued tinkering on the old Ram.
You keep finding things to do to it.
Got that Gen 4 bumper on, cinched up.
I got the 4th Gen bumper on. It looks good. I got it cinched up to the right height. It's looking a lot better. And Friday night was pretty chill. I watched newest episode of The Boys. I've been looking forward to that. And then Saturday, I woke up early, bright and early, went to the junkyard, went to go cruising, right, as some people like to say.
Were you looking for parts for the Civic or for the Dodge?
For the Dodge,
nice.
Right?
Did you find a lot out there?
No, not really. What's funny is that I opened up the door, right, to one that I hadn't looked in before, and I look at the dashboard and I say, no way, right? It's flawless, right?
Ooh.
Then I walk over to the passenger side. I open up. There is a hole the size of my head inside the other side of the dashboard.
Oh, no.
And I said, are you kidding me? But basically what's going on, I'm trying to find some new front speakers because mine don't work, right? And so, because basically those Dodges is super weird. They don't have their actual their cassette player that they have, that is not an amplified unit, right? The speakers themselves have amplifiers. So basically, I'm just trying to find a new, a set of OEM speakers out of a used junker, but every single door panel I opened up had aftermarket speakers, right? The thing was, nice aftermarket speakers. So one of the trucks had full Pioneer system.
Why didn't you take
the
those?
other truck had a Clarion system.
If it's wired for it, just figure out how they wired it and copy that.
Dane, I was just, let's just say I was it was in the smoky air. I was a little frustrated and my stomach was hurting. And so I was definitely trying to rush through that stuff, but didn't really score much.
You didn't get to take the time that you wanted
No. And then I pulled my biggest mistake and I set my toolbox down, grabbed a tool out, realized I didn't need anything, went to go grab my toolbox, the whole thing flips over and everything flies onto the ground.
Oh,
so
that's fun.
That happens to me more times than I'd like to admit, which sucks. But so from there, that Saturday, it was really just it was more tinkering on more truck stuff. I touched up the bed liner, got up all those green chips and things like that.
Get people up to date. What all have you done to it just to catch people up?
So to catch people up, right from the moment I got it, first things I did was get it running, right? So new water pump, new thermostat, new serpentine belt, did a new U-joint on the front, right? So the truck was running pretty smooth. And then from there, it was replace the windshield. It was polish the truck, coat the truck, right? New headlights, new 4th Gen front bumper, new exhaust as of last Friday. So I got rid of the old muffler, did a muffler delete, and did a glass pack resonator, and the thing sounds nice. It sounds beefy. It sounds really good. And I've done that so far, and then I'm trying to think. The touch up the bed liner is what I did. Polished out the chrome on the front bumper, got it looking really good. And now, today, my lift kit, not my lift kit, but my leveling kit comes in today. So I did a Rough Country 2.5-inch leveling kit for the front. New struts, new all around. And so really cheap, but really good reviews. So I'm happy with it. So I need to get that installed. The Mamba wheels, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Should be on their way
Courtesy
soon.
of our friends.
Courtesy of our friends.
What design did you go with?
So I went with the M22, 17x9, -12 offset.
Nice.
And I'm going to be running a 285/70/17, which would put me at 33 inches, right? And I'll have clearance.
It'd be nice.
No
we will
rubbing.
take that truck up that same trail we took.
I will.
Suburban up.
Absolutely.
It is a Forest Service truck. It's going to service that for us.
Heck yeah, it will, man. And so wouldn't be the first time, am I right, sister?
Oh, well, you know.
So, yeah. So basically I just kept working on tinkering more stuff, touch up the bed liner. So from there, it was, I think it was a pretty chill rest of that Saturday, if I remember right. I don't think a whole lot. I don't think I did a whole lot the rest of that evening. And from there, so Sunday morning, right, woke up bright and early. Friend Z picks me up, and we headed to the Import Face-Off event,
that's
right?
right.
So Import Face-Off is basically, it is a traveling circuit, is essentially what it is.
Traveling circus.
Where in the Northwest, specifically, a lot of the major tuning shops from Washington and from Oregon, everything came down for this event.
A lot of Hyundai Elantras.
So it's like a Stance Wars-esque kind of thing?
So it was at Firebird. It was technically it was a drag day, right? And so here's some shots. There's no audio here. It's just me with my
I'm hearing
Civic.
plenty of audio.
And so I don't know whose logo that was, but this is kind of an idea on what this looked like.
Nice of Anthony to get out there and shoot some of this.
I stole this from him.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does he know that you took it?
No, he doesn't know that I took it. But some
Love
pretty
Datsun.
fast cars, man. The Hondas there were insanely fast. It was a beautiful day, really good turnout.
Looks like fun.
It was a lot of fun. I had a blast, and I wasn't expecting I was gonna have that much fun. It was one of those situations where my friend's like, "Hey, you should really come to this," and I'm like, "Dude, it's gonna be a bust. I don't want to do it."
You were talking about taking the Ram out there at one point.
I was, and then he said, "How about I pick you up into my Raptor?" And I said, "Okay, fair enough, deal."
Yeah.
And
fair trade.
It was a good day though. I would say that I had a lot of fun, and basically we were pretty short. We were only there for a couple hours. Got home, felt pretty motivated. I was like, man, you know what? I think the Evo would make a great drag car. And then I realized that that's pretty unrealistic. And then
it would, but you would never treat it that way.
So then I decided to wash it instead.
Did
a much needed rinseless wash on it.
What kind of guy you are.
And from there, right, the Civic has been feeling pretty janky lately for some reason, right?
It's because you're throwing all your love at the Dodge.
So I think it realizes that I have found a new love, right? And it's not liking that.
A new crappy car to love.
And so whenever I drive it, it's got all these new clunks, right? And I'm like, there's a lot of things clunking here. Like, it sounds unsafe clunk-like, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it out to save my life.
Well, you did bolt up the rear end yourself.
Well, I did. And so I jacked the car up, started checking things, found out that my front camber kit on my driver's side, where I was getting this really bad clicking sound, completely loose.
Oh.
So loose that it had about a half inch of movement side to side.
Just making up its own camber?
I freaked out. I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
Right? Not only that, my strut bolts loose as well.
Wow.
So tightened down my strut bolts, right? And then I got into the rear, tightened down the rear strut bolts that were also loose. And by I mean loose, right? Do I mean like it was literally about to spin off? No, but I'm talking. I got a full turn out of all of these things, and I was a little paranoid at that point.
So are they coming loose just because of impacts, or are they coming loose because they weren't tightened properly in the first place?
I think they're coming loose because it's a Honda Civic, and And when I took on that hard drive I did up in the mountains, right?
Yeah.
Where I put that suspension through the absolute ringer.
You did.
I don't think I checked the bolts afterwards. I think I just sent it, and I said, it's probably fine. Probably should have rechecked everything. Jacked up the rear, right? Rear lower control arms. One of the bolts was a turn and a half, right? And what was funny, though, I started up. I'm like, okay, well, time to go take it for a quick ride. It felt so stiff. The whole car felt so stiff. I'm like, wow, this is what it's like to
this is what it's supposed to be like.
This is what it's supposed to feel like, much less janky. And so I fixed that up. Then Katie got home, and we wanted to check out this. There's like this coffee studio thing that's right down the street from us. And by down the street, I mean literally it's at the end of my street. It's a 3-minute walk, and they have coffee in the morning, right? Well, they recently revamped their thing to where now they serve beer and wine in the afternoon, and they're open every day of the week until 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So we can physically just walk down to this place, go grab ourselves a beer on tap or whatever they have, some type of niche beer, and then walk home. Right. So we're making jokes on how this is our new, once we're 30 now, this is our new party place. Instead of going to dive bars, instead of going to clubs, we're just going to go down to
home when you're done.
Correct. We're just, that's the thing. Like you said, Levi, they close at 8, right? So I'd have to get pretty blacked out before then. But I could be tanked, right, at 8 o'clock, fall asleep on my lawn, and wake up to go grab a breakfast burrito several hours later, right?
How are those breakfast burritos?
Jesus, Dane, it was so good. I'm probably one of the best breakfast burritos I've ever had. And so, but overall, it was a good weekend. Like I said, I got some stuff done. I'm starting to realize, though, that the amount of vehicles that I have now, it's getting very hard to maintain keeping everything clean. It's actually almost impossible unless I just don't drive some of them.
Right, yeah.
And
I mean, have you narrowed it down?
No. Dane, I between the 2 motorcycles that I still like to ride, right? And everything else, I think I can't keep up with the cleaning that needs to be done.
Well, just know that the 4Runner is completely out of your hands.
I know, but I feel so bad, Dane. It's looking bad.
Because you have to look at it.
That 4Runner is looking pretty bad right now. I need to do something. I need to just coat it, honestly. I think maybe that's what I need to do. I think I need to just
buy some peace of mind.
I need to clean it up. I just need to coat it and then just let it. Because right now, believe it or not, guys, it is still wearing the freaking Sonax spray and seal.
Wow.
And it beads beautifully.
How long has it been?
It's been like a year.
Good job.
Kid you not. I can't believe how long that stuff is lasting. But I think that's what happens when you don't wash a car.
Yeah.
When you wash
actually better to not wash a car and then garage it.
Because you're not inducing any new
when you wash it once a month, man.
Like there's no heavy bugs on it or bird poop, you're okay.
If there are, you should get those off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, though, it'll be pretty nice. So I'm really excited. We only have a year left on that lease, and then we're gonna buy it. Chady's already talking about how she would rather have a 4Runner limited edition, the blinged out version, and I said no, you can't have that.
Those have a completely different front bumper.
Completely different. It's a mom car.
It's a lot less off-roady cool.
It is, and I was trying to tell her, and she's like, "Well, how about you have the 4Runner, and I'll go get a limited." I said, "That's not realistic, Katie. That's a horrible decision financially."
Does she actually?
Then we'll have another one.
I'm curious though. In the time that she's owned it, does she like the experience of driving this particular 4Runner, or does she prefer something else? Like, what does she look for in a car?
She
curious,
wants,
like the kind of thinking that goes behind a non-car person.
She has everything that she wants in the 4Runner except for heated seats.
Okay,
that's quite literally the
so
only
limited.
thing.
It's for the heated seats.
Yeah, she doesn't have the heated seats.
Just go down and have a seat.
And the thing is Katie, she wants to pimp out that 4Runner. Can I say pimp out? Okay, sure. She wants to get that thing all done up. Like she's like, I want a roof rack. She's like, I want a little ladder for the back.
Yeah. So she's planning on buying it at the end of the lease.
Up that ladder
stuff off the roof. So we're gonna buy out the lease because the lease deal it can't pass that up.
I'm thinking I'll do the same on mine.
She has what I think a limit of 12,000 miles per year on the lease, right? We've had it for 2 years, almost exactly, and I think it has 12,000 miles.
Yeah.
So it's like a no-brainer. So we're just gonna buy out the lease when it's done. Yeah. But she wants to do stuff to it. Yeah. But she doesn't know what she sees other 4Runners and says, "Oh, I like that." I'm like, "What are you gonna do with that little ladder on the back?" She's like, "I don't know." Looks cool. It just looks cool. And I said, "Okay, well, whatever." So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Nice.
Down the road. Levi, what did you end up doing?
Very simple, easy weekend. I worked on a car. So
what car?
Had Friday night. Took the kids to Spirit of Halloween in the mall. We hauled butt over there, got there, and apparently the mall closes at 7 o'clock on Fridays.
Oh.
So we walk in the door at 6:59. As we're walking in, Cheesecake Factory, joints jumping, right? People are in line getting ready.
Yeah.
Old Chicago, joints jumping. People are just waiting out in a line to get in. As we're walking in the mall, every single business...
Oh no!
Bringing down the gates.
That's why you need a 2x4 to slide in underneath.
Yeah, I'm like, we better get up there. So we run. It's just a straight shot up the stairs.
Right.
And they're pulling the gate down as we're running up to it. So it closed early. So I took.
So you didn't try and force your way in.
No, but
Because as a former employee in retail, please
I
don't
explained
do
to
that.
my children, like, shoot, I guess they closed at 7. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So texted my wife and said they closed at 7. And she was like, I forgot. Like, otherwise we would have left sooner.
Yeah.
But ended up just taking him to Cabela's to kill some time for a little bit. Because we were over that way anyway. I thought, let's go
It's a fun time as a kid. You
yeah. No, they still had a blast. They went to the toy section. Augie gets those pop guns and starts going around. Hadley got a ride on, like the little stick horses, and was riding it and had her cowgirl hat on. And it's like, where'd you guys find this stuff? And
you found it so fast.
Yeah, they were good. So Friday night, I had spent the week. So basically, I've had camping and worked on my buddy's Corvette last week. So my garage, needless to say, was an absolute mess. Right. Saturday morning, I had a car coming in. So I spent Friday evening till about 10:30 or so, just cleaning the garage. So got the kids to bed at like 8. And then I told Carly, like, I'm going to just be in the garage. And I put on an audiobook and went through my garage as best I could to get it put back together, get it back organized, put totes away. Yeah. Just get it clean the floor, just get everything set up so that I could, like, get my workbenches cleared off, just so I could breathe a little bit, because I started to feel a little claustrophobic this week when I was working on the Corvette because I just couldn't find anything. Yeah. So got it all set up. Went through stuff. Saturday morning, cleaned all my buckets, cleaned my pad washer, cleaned that out, made new pad washing solution. Then all the pads that I've used over the last few months, pulled them out and pressure washed them.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
used the McKee's 37 pad cleaner on it.
So good.
Soaked them in that, and then pressure washed all the pads, got them all cleaned up, looking good. And then my buddy dropped off his car. About 10:30, it was a Lexus RX 300 that he's looking to sell, or 330, similar to the one your mom has. I mean, almost identical.
330 then.
Almost identical, the blue and everything. He just bought a new X5 diesel.
Oh, fun.
So an M edition.
So
diesel.
Okay, so a pretty new one.
Well, yeah,
brand new.
I know. I'm a fan of diesels as well.
Yeah, well, as a fellow truck enthusiast. Yeah. So he also he's got a large Cummins.
Does he
1-ton
really?
crew cab long bed Cummins.
My kind of guy. Yeah, no.
Sir, there's no need to brag.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, he brought this. This is his wife's Lexus, and because they just bought that new X5, he wanted to get it ready to sell. So he showed up and he's like, "Yeah, I want to coat. I want to do a bunch of stuff to the X5. This, I don't really want to spend a lot of money. I just really, dude, if you could just wash it and throw something on the outside and get the inside clean. The inside's the most important thing." Yeah. So I said, all right, bro, $150. I'll clean the interior and I'll just give it a wash. Well, when he pulled up, the whole right side was covered in water spots. Heavy water spots. And I'm talking years of water spots.
Woof.
So I used acid. Yeah. Wheel acid, and sprayed it all over. That's why my voice is a little raspy.
When you absolutely positively need to slate that thing.
Yeah, so I soaked it in acid. I burned my grass. And
nice.
That's
how you know it's good.
Oh, I soaked that car. Got it somewhat off.
So even that didn't quite get you where you needed to be.
But I got it to where it needed to go. And remember, I wasn't going to be polishing this car.
All right.
He wanted me to literally just put some wax on it. So I had some fast wax I just sprayed on, clayed it real quick, called it good for the outside.
Is he a customer that would appreciate above and beyond, or would he just not notice or not care?
He wants to do CSL and EXO on his
Okay, well, if he's doing those, he clearly cares
He wants to do some stuff on the leather on the he wants to really, he's like, I know it's probably going to be, $800, $800.
Does he have that eye, like the problematic eye where he can't unsee stuff?
No.
Okay.
No.
So he's not afflicted.
No.
Okay.
And his truck is white.
Okay.
The M5 is like a dark gray, purple, kind of cool. It's a cool color. So that one, because it's new, he's like, I want to make sure it's protected and cared for. This, we're getting rid of it. I don't want to put a lot of money into it. It's in good shape, 160,000 miles. It's an 06. He's like, I just want to make it sellable. Hopefully sell quick. He goes, otherwise I'll just keep it and I'll use it as a commuter car for myself. Yeah. So I'm not putting so many miles on my Dodge. And because he's been working locally, normally he's one of those guys that he's a welder, and so he goes to different job sites, and sometimes he's gone, he's got a trailer he throws in the back, or a travel shell in the back, and that he sleeps in it, right? So he'll go on job sites and he'll work for 2 weeks welding, up in the middle and somewhere on a pipeline or something.
He's the first person I've heard who's worried about putting miles on a diesel.
Well, he's been putting miles on that diesel he's got probably 190,000 on it.
Oh, okay. So it's healthy,
but he's put a ton of miles on it.
Just getting warmed up.
But now that he's working locally, he's been doing a ton of welding jobs just in Boise and Meridian.
So small trips.
So he's been driving his diesel on all this stuff.
Not as good.
Right. So he's like, these jobs, I don't need to, all my gear's there. I don't need to come in and work. He's like, I'm on a job for a month.
He doesn't need to come in and work with the Cummins.
Yeah. Right. So
I get it.
For him, he was like, maybe I switch it over and it becomes a commuter car if I don't sell it for what I want out of it.
Yeah.
So basically clean that up. But Saturday I spent so long just acid washing, cleaning it to wash it, getting it into my garage. I ended up not detailing it till Sunday morning. Sunday, though, I came across something. So my elbows have been absolutely hurting me every day.
We've been destroyed, I know.
They hurt. So I've been wearing my braces. You guys have noticed in some of the FAQs, I need to go to the doctor and have them looked at because I probably do need to have surgery now. So point is, my elbows have been an absolute pain. But here's something that I noticed when working. So when we source our brushes, the brushes we choose, the rubber gripped, they're comfortable for me to hold.
Yeah.
Right? Here's the deal. Color lock brushes, we made them bigger, right? More comfortable to hold in my hand. Here's what I noticed. When I'm holding them in a grip, that muscle is contracting.
Yeah.
Right? So the motion of scrubbing something is what is giving me pain, right? Same as when I'm holding a polisher, right? It's the grip, right? So cleaned the carpets the night before, sprayed everything down, scrubbed everything, and I went over everything, right? Using a brush. Next morning, I got tan Lexus leather and some Express interior cleaner, right? And the new IK sprayer. I'm like, what can I do? Because my elbows are really, really hurting, and I was in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
How do I scrub this interior the easiest way without hurting even more, right? What do we have in the scrubbing lineup that I don't have to grip to scrub?
To scrub, but you don't grip it.
So the VLB, I got to put my hand on it, right?
Yeah.
Color lock brush, I got to put my hand on it.
Yeah.
Our interior scrub brushes, I got to put my hand on them. I've got to grip it. What can I do that I can just put my hand in it and I can scrub?
Scrub mitt.
Scrub mitt, interior scrub mitt.
Yeah.
So that's what I used, and this interior was dirty.
Yeah.
They have a dog, they have a kid. The leather was dirty.
So you put it to the test.
But for me, it was about pain.
Right.
The amount of
you're trying to mitigate any
keeping
pain
those muscles
from
flexing, so to speak, utilizing just the motion, but not having the tension on the elbows anymore. So I used the interior scrub mitt. Scrubbed the whole interior with that and Express interior cleaner. Came out beautifully. Was able to get through the whole thing and was proud of myself for not increasing. But it was because I noticed that because my elbows were in such pain that I was grabbing the tools because I got all the tools to use. Yeah. But I was like, oh my gosh, my arms are just like, I can't. This is going to suck.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been to a point where you're looking at a detail and you're like, I'm in pain and this is going to hurt and I don't want to keep doing this. Like, I just want to stop, but I got to get it done. Yeah. So it was interior scrub mitt coming in clutch, helping me out. So I'm going to tell everybody that interior scrub mitt, there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
And it cleans very, very well. And yes, it's not as aggressive as other products. And yes, it's not as aggressive as a sponge, but I didn't have to have any grip.
Right.
I literally just put my hand in it and rubbed it over stuff and didn't have to flex out these.
Well, and you got corners on it, so you can work into tighter spaces. Okay. It probably worked out good in the end.
It worked.
Did you feel that you were missing anything by the time you finished?
By the time I got it, the driver's seat was the worst, right? When the driver's seat was done, you know what I switched to? Wowo's leather cleaner.
Imagine
Put a little Wowo's leather cleaner on the leather seat itself. Cleaned it that much better.
Wow.
Scrubbed using just the interior scrub mitt. So very simple, easy way utilizing, I used Express for most of the entire interior. And then only on the driver's seat used the leather cleaner for the scrub mitt. Was able to get it a lot cleaner. Actually cleaned it more, which was nice. Yeah. So that was neat to be able to use that. So really pick up an interior scrub mitt, you guys. It actually works. It does really well. A lot of folks are, reaching out. They really like that Scrub Ninja by Auto Fiber. Yeah. But again, that's a pad. You've got to grab onto it. Yeah. You've got to hold onto it. With the interior scrub mitt, you don't have to. You just put your hand in, scrub, get it all done. I was able to wipe down door panels, all kinds of stuff with that thing, and had no problems with it. Was able to wipe down the dashboard, center cup holders, all that stuff. So did that Sunday. My dad came over and we took the awning off the tent trailer. Oh. We're going to look at getting a new one for it for next year. I got to figure out how to put the tent trailer away at my place. There's no water in it. Nothing's, I don't need to really winterize it other than park it. Nick came over and borrowed Green Bean this weekend. He did some towing of his own.
Ooh, nice.
With the Element?
Hooked it up on the back of the Element. Green Bean with that lift and with the Element with the lift, I thought maybe it would sit a little weird, that maybe the Element was too low, but the two of them fit perfectly.
It's actually perfect.
Yeah.
Two peas in a pod.
Two peas in a pod, yeah. So,
or green beans.
It was great. So we did that, and then Sunday just kind of hung out. Saturday we took the kids, Carly and I took the kids to the Spirit Halloween store, wandered around, checked out some stuff. So that was fun. And then, simple Sunday, just finished up. I got to pick up the Corvette again this week.
Oh, no, I have to go drive the Corvette. Oh, no.
Well, so I used a product on the Corvette.
Oh, okay.
And my buddy washed it. And he feels like what I put on it came off.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't truck with fillers.
This. No, you don't mess around with fillers.
So it's one of those things where I'm a little concerned. So I'm going to redo those panels. He said the roof panel specifically and part of the hood. Okay. Had some scuffs that just some dull spots that came back.
Well, and I remember one thing you expressed a thought about was perhaps this is old product.
Well, and that's something that Jason Rose has talked about consistently, is to make sure you cap your bottle. You close the cap of your bottle when you're done, and that you shake the bottle vigorously before you start.
Stuff settles.
Right? He said when separates. You keep a polish or a compound open for too long, and I am guilty of this, while going through my cleaning up of my products on Friday night, I noticed I had a number of products where the bottles were still open.
Yeah. Air gets in,
and air changes the composition and the recipe of that product. So I'm going to grab some new product, and I'm going to work on the car again and make sure, and I'm going to use panel wipe to make sure. That was probably what I didn't do in the last set, was I didn't panel wipe anything when I was finished. I just wiped it down and then put protection on it.
So more likely than not, that's
so my guess is that there wasn't fillers, but that the product had changed its chemical makeup or its consistency. I might have gotten more oils rather than the actual product.
Sure.
Because maybe they separated or whatever. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna work on that this week and try and come back out. Yeah. And then I need to wash. I washed the Elantra. I washed the Camry last night. Got them both cleaned up, looking sharp. Suburban, still dusty and dirty from our adventure.
Oh yes.
I need to wash it, and I'm going to scream when I see all the scratches.
Yeah, probably
under that dirt.
I'm curious to see what route you take to.
Here's what I'm thinking. Maybe I wash it and I bring it in towards the end of the week, and maybe we polish it and we do like a live kind of a live video of us polishing it with the. We just we'll do like a Uno bead maker.
Well, it'd be fun because then you can be polishing on a wrap, which is interesting to people.
Right, it's polished. So we're gonna have to polish the scratches out of the wrap. So, could be something, we gotta make it look beautiful.
What if we did a reapplication of Halo? I mean,
it's probably due for it.
If you're doing it anyway, it's been, how long has it been now?
A little over a year, about 14 months.
Okay. So, if you did it again, you think that might help? I mean,
I don't think it would help against that.
No, it's not going to prevent that. But I'm just saying,
look nice.
get some of that life put back into it. It's going to wake it up again after polish and stuff. I think people would like to watch that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Cool.
So
let us know.
Anyway, that's it. All right. That was all, guys. Pretty simple, easy weekend. Sounds like we had a good time. And then this week, just more shooting. We got a lot of videos to do.
Yes.
And apply to for a Grand Ambassador.
And the Grand Ambassador application.
That application's live. I know you guys ask about it all the time. How do I get sponsored? How do I...
You can find it it's in our description on our Instagram homepage. Go in there, follow that link. You can enter your information and apply.
Fun fact, you can't have a private account.
Yeah, you can't have a private account.
Yeah, so I did notice
public.
I saw one where a guy was like spilling his guts, telling his life story and all this stuff. Oh, I'd love to. And then I like go and look at his profile. I'm like, oh, I'm curious. Like, how's this going to turn out? And I see the guy's profile's private.
First
it's just like, oh.
Yeah, private.
No.
Can't do it.
I know you're going to have a bad time when.
So here it is. So. Make your profile public.
Yeah.
Do not apply without making your profile public first.
I mean, it's literally it's impossible to be an effective Grand Ambassador if you're a private account.
Correct.
Plain and simple.
Yeah. All right, Dane.
But I want to throw out there before we exit today, we've got a video coming out today. I'm going to go double check with Sebastian, make sure that thing's good to go. But we have part 3 of the Dodge restoration, I guess you could call it. It is the coating portion. So it's like a coating extravaganza. You go through a lot of the G-Tech line, and you do everything from C1 to XO to C4, C5. I mean, you do a lot on this thing. But it's from first-person perspective. I know you had fun watching it the last time. It was supposed to come out this Saturday, but I noticed there was a little thing on the video that we just wanted to tweak a little bit, so it's going to come out this afternoon. So, look forward to that. If you're watching this, chances are it's already out, so we'll just guide you that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that said, till next time, adios, guys.
See ya.